Welcome to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Brecheen.
Hey everyone, you're listening to the Sports Scouting Report. I'm your host, Lee Brecheen. We've got a great show today. I was actually in Lafayette, and hope you enjoy the show today. The guest is Tony Courville, the head football coach at Carencro High School, Class 4A state champions in 2020. Man, the Crow fans they're excited. I saw the new ring. We're going to promote the new ring with Coach. I took a picture of Courville, and we interviewed two of his players, two great players of his that are underrated. Ryan Perry, who's a tight end long snapper, and an O-lineman that I like, Quinn O'Brien Collins, they're both 222 class seniors. And Quinn is, one of those guys that he plays on the O-line, but he's really a fullback in college. He plays where you need him. And he's 5'10", 210, but would make a great fullback, I think, 1AA or walk-on D1. Jace is joining us here for the opening. Thank you, Jace.
Thanks for having me on, Lee. I appreciate it.
It was a long day, man. It was a great day. I left Baton Rouge at 4 in the morning to my first thing was Waffle House at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And Carencro. Shout out to all the Waffle House people. It was great.
Yeah, it's always great to get at Waffle House. Get a nice breakfast over there.
7 o'clock, I'm at Carencro. I'm with Coach Tony Courville. I'm meeting all the players, and I had a great time. And, we're going to have our Monday show at Acadiana. I went to Acadiana, too. Now, if you're listening to this and you're in Lafayette, I can't go to every school that one day.
That's too much to ask.
It's not humanly possible because I also have to work and do some business, and I had 9 appointments that day and 2 schools. But I spent 2 hours at each school. And I really enjoyed myself with, enjoyed hanging out with Tony Courville, enjoyed hanging out with Matt McCullough, the head coach, another state champion in Class 5A. And, Jace, what's crazy? When I got to Acadiana later in the day, I was thinking, I looked at Coach McCullough at Acadiana, and I said, Coach, and this is an interview for Monday, I said, I just went 5 miles, and there's 4 state champions in 5 miles.
Yeah, right.
And there's 3 in 2 miles. Lafayette Christian's not even 2 miles from Carencro.
Yeah.
Lafayette Christian won, 4 in a row or 3 in a row?
They've won 4. They're trying to go for their 5th in a row.
All right. And then you have Carencro that won their first one in many years since Kevin Falk's team.
Yeah, early 90s, 90s.
They're not even 2 miles away from Lafayette Christian, for people that don't know that. And then St. Thomas More is really not far away, maybe 5 minutes,
All in that little area.
And then Acadiana and Scott, not that far. And that 4 state champions within, let's just say all of them within about 10 minutes. Well, 2 of them 2 minutes apart.
Well, you know how every year each area kind of has the bragging rights of who is the best area in football? Usually some years it's the New Orleans and sometimes it's North Louisiana. Yeah. Last year it was definitely the year for Lafayette.
Oh, man. And it's not slowing down. Acadiana's got like 60 freshmen. Carencro's got like 45, 50 freshmen. Lafayette Christian's got another great group coming up. I mean, it's not going to slow down. St. Thomas More's got like 80 freshmen. I ran into them, by the way. I went to, I don't want to give them a free plug, but I was at a restaurant.
Sure.
And I saw some STM coaches. I'm like, all right, I saw some of you guys. Coach LeBlanc was in there, who does a great job. And I saw some of their alumni. I grabbed some magazines, gave some magazines. Kudos to Kurt Crochet, retired coach.
Coach Crochet.
Yeah, he met me for lunch. Came all the way from Laurelville.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, he took care of my dad a couple of times when he was coaching. So beat him a couple of times over the years.
Want to give a shout out to Coy Tatum, who I had lunch with, whose son Spencer Tatum played at Ohio U.
Yeah,
we did his highlight tape 20-something years ago almost. Spencer, if you're hearing this in Scottsdale, Arizona, man, doing a great job. He's a trainer for a lot of the Cardinals players.
Okay, yeah.
In Arizona State. And also kudos to Sam Wright, who's a big sponsor of ours, and his son plays for LSU.
Yeah, he does.
Sloan Wright.
Right.
STM. He's a linebacker. He's looking to get on the field at special teams. That second year you try to get on the field as a walk-on, especially if you're a linebacker, and he got to play in the spring game. So I had a great lunch. Ran into some good people. Ran into Joey Arsenault.
Okay, yeah.
Who, Ascension Episcopal, Jake Arsenault, his son, played for ULL.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's just a great day, and all of a sudden I get home at 8 o'clock last night, Jace. It's
worn out.
And that rain hits right before where you're from, like right in New Roads.
Yep.
Right at that Tiger gas station, and the bottom fell out.
Oh, when they're back at Baton Rouge area, when we always see is rain.
But before we go on to the interview, I want to mention some players at Carencro that we didn't mention in the interview with Coach Courville, but we interviewed two of the sleepers. Now, the guys coming back, one to really keep an eye on, we did mention in the interview, was Gavin Royer, who's a heck of a kicker. Wade Ritchie's working with him, former LSU Tiger kicker.
Oh, he was a good one back in the day, yeah. Gavin's
one of the best. Courville says that in the interview today, that he's one of the best, and I think he is too. He kicks 8 yards in the end zone on kickoffs. He'll rival a bunch of the kickers and punters in the state. Catholic High, your school has one of the best.
Yeah, Colin Dupree's
really good.
Mm-hmm.
Davion Francis is a great player coming back for Carencro. Dante Darjan is ran for 700 yards as a fullback last year.
And they had two guys that ran for 2,000 yards last year.
Dante's like 5'10", 220. He's a power back. We interviewed Quinn O'Brien Collins, and you'll hear that in Ryan Perry. But we also, their junior group at Carencro. Chance Caesar, I met him. Man, what an impressive kid. 6'2", 6'3", 200, man, just impressive. And then their linemen, Jace, they lost all these linemen. People think Carencro's down. They're not down. I met those young linemen, and they're all 280, 6'3", 6'4", coming up.
That hasn't changed since
No,
last year.
I met Gregory Bush, Javon Miller, Israel Jolivet, and David Jornet. All these guys were over 270, 6'2", 6'3", and they're all, ready to go. I mean, if people think Carencro's slipping, it's not. No, it's not real. I went to the school. I saw it.
Right. Not only they're big, but they're just great in technique. They're just really great technicians in that offense. So not only they're big, but they know how to work their technique.
Yeah, and so that'll be today's show, and then Monday we'll have Acadiana, which I think you enjoy with Matt McCullough. And I'll continue to travel around the state every week. I'll be going to Slidell pretty soon, and I'll do the Covington Slidell area.
Sure.
In Mandeville. But really, really excited. Hope everybody enjoys the interview. Let's go ahead and start the interview with Coach Courville.
I'm here at Carencro High School this morning. It's about 7-something in the morning with Coach Courville. They just came off of a state championship.
Yeah.
It's just different.
I hear you.
But home of Kevin Falk, Derek Beavers, Marcus Camouche,
Ernest Lazard, Wade Ritchie,
yeah. All the great ones.
Yeah, Damian James. Yes, we've been blessed to have some good athletes come through here.
Tony, I met Tony when Tony was an assistant with Mac Bruce back in the day. Tony's been really good to us. Went to Turtle's Catholic for a little bit as an assistant where your son played. And head coach at Opelousas High School.
For a year, yep.
Never really left there, which is good.
Right.
And comes back to Carencro, wins the state championship. Tony, what was that like for you? I mean, Carencro had some tough times after the glory days, and you come back and y'all build this thing up and had a special year last year. I mean, y'all defeated Western Road, shut them out.
Yeah, that was
start the season.
To go up there, they don't get shut out often. No. Somebody told me it's 2005, a regular season game, 2005.
When I saw the score, I said, "Oh man!" And then I knew you had some great kids coming back, but the chemistry was there.
Yeah, another thing is. Last year, my son is also my defensive coordinator, and it was his first year. That was his first game as a defensive coordinator. And after that, I should have done this a long time ago.
Should have hired my boy.
Yeah, I should have, because he paid his dues, and he wouldn't have won any other way just because we have the same last name. Yeah. It's something to be given to him. So, but yeah, he earned it, and that's another thing is my entire staff is some good, hardworking guys, and it was a total collaborative effort the entire year.
Tony, I know through the years that you were actually Wade Ritchie's personal coach here.
Yeah.
You were known for the kicking, punting expertise, and you still always put out great kickers.
Right.
This year you got Gavin Roy.
Right.
He's really under the radar.
Yeah.
National. What do you think of Gavin?
Well, again, he's got one of the strongest legs I've had around, and actually Wade does help me with him a little bit. Wade will come by and stuff like that, and Wade tells me himself that he reminds him of himself a little bit. Now, his biggest deal is, and like most kickers, is the accuracy part of it. I mean, as far as the leg strength and the power, and I mean, you don't have to see the ball kick. You hear the ball kick, and there's a certain sound that you hear with guys that really got the thumper. And he's got that sound.
How's he as a kickoff guy now?
Oh, right now, I mean, we installed kickoff this week. And he's putting about 8-9 yards deep.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a weapon.
That's hard to do in high school.
It is, and I told the guys, I tried to tell them. I said, look, when I watch film, when I'm watching an opponent, I'm going to look at I'm going to look at the offense. Can they run the ball? On defense, can they stop the ball? Then I look at their kickoff team and their extra point block team. Extra point block team, that's they just got scored on, so how are they going to react to that? But kickoff is a huge weapon, and obviously the farther you can pin back your opponent, the more chance of you succeeding on defense of stopping them.
Tony, what was so special about the team this past year winning the state championship in Class 4A? When did you know it was going to be special? I know West Monroe was a great win to start off, but when did you know this team was just different?
Well, obviously just like everybody else, it was crazy last year, but I remember June 9th. We were supposed to start workouts on June 8th, but then we had a close call with a hurricane. So, we were not allowed. So we came on the 9th, and everybody showed up. After not seeing each other for three months, one indication was during the time away from each other, the kids took it upon themselves to continue doing the workouts. We had great senior leadership where they were filming the workouts, sending it to us by huddle, and we were doing the workouts through huddle and stuff like that. So that told me something right there and there that these kids. So on June 9th, when they show up, we have to kneel, and we 6 foot apart, everything. So I'm having to yell at them more or less because of the social distancing. I said, guys, because the biggest question, Coach, are we going to play? Are we going to play? And I said, I really don't know that. I said, there's a lot of things that's not in our hands right now. But I said, deep in my heart, I think we are. And all I can ask you to do is let's come every day to work your tails off. So when they tell us we can, we'll be ready to go. And that's what they did. So that right there and they did that. I mean, I looked in each one of their eyes, and they're looking back at me, and that's exactly what they did. So that right then and there, that was a good indication that we were going to be ready. But as the season went on, I had some good football players, no doubt. But I had some good football players with character, and that's the difference maker. Yeah. That's the game changer right there. We had minimal issues on and off the field, and also meandering with the COVID stuff.
Right.
You have the COVID stuff. But yeah, every week we had two opponents. We had the opponent on the field, and we had COVID, and then I didn't even know if we were going to play a game until they played the national anthem, because you never knew how it was, But those kids came week in, week out, prepared, and we took it 1 week at a time. That's what we had to do, and they did a great job of doing that.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have more with Coach Tony Courville from Carencro High School. Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you. Welcome back. We're going to continue on with our interview with Coach Tony Courville from Carencro High School. Check this out.
Tony, talk about two of your sleeper guys that graduated. I thought two of the best in state, Kendrell Williams, running back.
Yeah.
It seemed like he'd been here 10 years.
Yeah, and I wish he still was.
Your all-state DB that I thought that signed with Tulane.
Bailey, yeah.
Bailey was one of the best I'd seen on film in the state.
Yeah.
As far as reacting.
Again, first of all, when we talk about these two young men, great character people, on and off the field. Academically, they're solid. But then again, they was, being a leader nowadays is hard because sometimes you got to call out your partner. You got to call them out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And sometimes those guys won't do it. These guys did that, you know what I'm saying? They held everybody accountable. Our motto is protect the team, and that means it's another word for accountability on all phases of your life. Yeah. And they did a tremendous job of doing that. But yes, Kendrell, we're talking about
ULL's getting a big time.
Yeah. And I've talked to those guys recently, and they like what he's doing during the summertime. He'll probably have a chance this year. I mean, because I know they have one or two.
A lot of backs.
Yeah. So, but and there's no doubt in my mind he's gonna be successful. Bailey, the same thing. Bailey's been again. He played as a freshman for us. He had to start against McDonough 35 and had Lawrence Keys the third.
I watched the game.
And he looked
like a senior.
Yeah, he held himself. he held himself accountable and everything. He did a very good job, and I knew we had somebody special then. And I think Tulane will find that out pretty soon.
Yeah, he's tall. He looks tall.
Yeah, he's all of 6'2". He's all of 6'2".
He's a rangy.
And then get some more weight on him. And he was a corner for us. We had to move to safety because all we do is take him somebody, but they throw away from him or run. So we put him in the middle of the field so we can have him run the mallees and stuff. And he did a tremendous job for us. I mean, even as a junior, he took over a leadership role on defense, and I mean, he could line up everybody in the secondary, and then he got to the point where he knew the whole defense, and that's what's key nowadays. These kids, most of them don't know their position,
right?
But he knew everybody's position, even the front. That's what
you could see that on film.
Yeah, I mean, he even know the front where they knew he was supposed to be.
He was at the snap going where the play was supposed to
go. Absolutely.
It's really good that ULL has gotten another running back locally because they went to ERAF and got Elijah Mitchell. Right. And I'll put your guy up there with Elijah.
Well, that's funny that you say that. When they were recruiting, and Coach Napier said they reminded him a lot of him.
Power and size and stuff.
Yeah,
both 6 foot, 5'11".
5'11", close to 6 foot. And that's another thing. Both those two young men were successful in other sports. They were state champions in basketball and in track, and Kendrell, a wrestler. I think Kendrell's going to be the most decorated athlete out of this school. We have Kevin Falk, but I mean, Kendrell has a football state championship, a couple of wrestling state championships. He's a 400-meter champion twice.
200
pounds. And a wrestler, so.
I didn't know he was a wrestler.
A state champion.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The SEC.
No, he's a state champion and a state run-up last year, but I mean,
How many years now, Tony, for you coaching?
Going on 34.
34.
Yeah. That's why they call me old school. That's why they call me old school, but I'm real school.
Yeah, a lot of those guys have retired that you came in here with.
Absolutely.
The old Mac staff.
I played golf with Mac the other day, but the only one that was retired was Craig Brody now. But Craig Brody's actually going to go to Kaplan and be the AD and help his son out.
Yeah, because his son's a
head coach. Yeah. So,
ULL LSU. I know you're a fan of ULL and LSU.
Sure.
What do you think of this coming year?
Wow, I mean,
they both were loaded.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, basically UL got just about everybody coming back. I think I'm saying on both sides of the ball, and I think the sky's the limit for what they're doing over there.
Their offensive line is unbelievable.
They're one of the best in the country. One of the best in the country. That's amazing. Huh? And right there at UL.
Pro players.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they got a couple of more on that.
Coming up.
Yeah.
And Levi's back for his third year. Does everything good.
Yeah, that's tremendous.
Taylor Humphrey's a stud.
Yeah. And then Zion Hill.
Zion from Catholic of New Iberia.
I mean, they've done a great job,
They got the kid from Acadiana, the DB, that's really done a good job for them.
Yeah.
A couple of really good DBs.
Yeah. And then LSU, wow. Yeah. Even with the season they had last year, obviously it's not what they want over there. But to have the third best recruiting class in the country, it tells you something right then and there.
All on his own calls.
Yeah.
Zoom calls.
That's right.
Kids commit without even visiting.
Obviously, just like UL, they've done a tremendous job with their facilities. They're up there. I know same thing with scholarship monies and everything. They same there with LSU. So they have an extra recruiting tool for them. But LSU too. I mean, those facilities is a big selling thing. And for a kid not to be able to physically see him and be there, that says a lot.
I want to share something with the public that you're going to do this morning. Just so they know that you do everything. Tell everybody what you got to do when we finish.
Oh, I'm going to pressure wash the stadium, man. And I've been doing it for a week.
Not easy.
It's not easy, but it needs to be done.
Well, that's part of coaching.
It is. Look,
you got to do the stadium.
I do it because I'm going to go clean our house. I'm going to clean the house. Right. So my guys, the players, they see me out there doing it. It's not anything about. It's about me cleaning the house for them to take care of the house, to protect the house.
The Crow Dome.
Yeah, that's it. Keep me in here a little longer. I mean, I'm sucking up these BTUs right now. This is good.
Coach Tony Courville. I'm talking to Tony here at Carencro in his office, and the guys are running around right now. They're 7:00 in the morning.
Yeah, we get here at 7.
And what's a typical day right now off season for
well, today you're catching this right at the end of July. This this is our last week of what we call summer sacrifice. I mean, you have to sacrifice if you want to get, so we call it summer sacrifice. And we're finishing up with our maxes, and now we're doing our weights and measures and stuff like that. And because starting next week, we have started having in-service days and stuff like that. So it's, schools we're here in 2 weeks.
And teachers are here before students.
That's it.
Right.
But, so right now, a typical day for us in the summertime is the varsity kids get here at 7 o'clock. And we divide them into 3 groups. We'll have the skill, mid-skill, and big guys, generally the gridiron big guys. And that'll be the O-line, D-line in the group. There'll be the wide receivers and DBs in the group, and then running backs and linebackers in the group. And we got this from last year because of COVID, where, in the past we would have groups, but the coaches would stay static, and the groups would rotate to them. Okay. Well, because we couldn't do that because of cross-contamination. What it ended up doing was all my coaches we all got on the same page, what we do in the weight room, what we do with the strength and conditioning part of that, and what we do in our flexibility program, what we do in our speed and development program. So with that said, the groups just rotate, and we still
all this year.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And we do that, and within the flexibility group, that's one station, it takes about 15 minutes of time for us to do our hurdle mobility training stuff. Okay. Well, we had another 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So what we'll end up doing is we do drill work with that time. Okay. So it's another way of getting it all in. We got a lot of, we won't start football officially until the 5th, but
never stops.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Well, and then we could do install stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
And I know we're going to talk to some of you guys today.
Yeah, and then on Tuesdays. It's a 7-on-7 day where we would report the skill guys would report to St. Thomas More, but the O-line, D-line reports to school when they do a mini camp deal.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have more with Coach Tony Courville from Carencro High School. If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, go see Medine's Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Your Baton Rouge Accident Advisors. Welcome back. We're going to continue on with our interview with Coach Tony Courville from Carencro High School. Check this out.
Tony, what's your thoughts on the 7-on-7? Because I know it's good, keeps guys in shape, keeps everybody on the same page, but this national 7-on-7, regional...
It's turning into AAU.
Yeah,
it's turning into the AAU. Yeah, I'm a little. Listen, there's a time and a place for it, and there's some good things that come out of it. I think about our guys working together. You know what I'm saying, right. And doing this stuff. Where now it's kind of like I use the AAU basketball.
Yeah, they do an all-star team.
Yeah, it's like, and then they
taken away from your team.
Yeah, exactly. And I understand these kids need to get another way of getting exposure. I get that, but it's good. I think it's kind of getting out of hand a little bit. Personally, that's how I feel. But I'm never going to tell a kid he can't do it. But he needs to understand what, come the fall, where you're going to be at. You're not going to be,
right.
We're going to be playing football with your teammates. So
yeah, and I always.
To be honest with you, I have some guys that are bootleggers, but it's never interfered because. And another thing about our workouts, we go Monday through Thursday. I give them off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that goes way back to when it was baseball. Right. A lot of times when they travel teams, they do that too. So this way, there was no conflict. So it hasn't really been a serious conflict for us with that aspect. But I can see it going down the in the future where it can maybe be that where they're doing that all summer long, going for weeks at a time, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Because like I said, put the team first. As long as that's
absolutely.
Everything's fine.
Exactly. Protect the team, brother.
Hurts the team, then
it's
not good.
That's right. Because that same flag, that same 7-on-7 team ain't gonna be on Friday nights for you. You know what I'm
saying? You're gonna be in pads.
That's right. That's right. Because I always joke. I talk about 7-on-7 as football in pajamas.
That's right. Kindergarten.
That's it. And you have no run keys.
Oh, Coach, I know you got to go clean the stadium.
Oh yeah.
Sun's coming out
this weekend. We'll start painting it. It's the things you got to do, man. Just got to. Hey, look, we won the state championship on a Tuesday. We got home about midnight, I went home. I was back here at 9 o'clock in the
morning.
Isn't
it weird you say Tuesday? Isn't
it was weird. Absolutely. 9 o'clock the next morning, I'm over here washing uniforms. But it was worth it.
Well, Coach, appreciate it, man. And
Thank you.
Look forward to getting you kids on and whoever we can borrow or grab, not to interfere with what y'all are doing.
All right. Well, I appreciate you having the interest in coming in and promoting our program. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Tony. Appreciate it.
All right.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to I interviewed 2 recruits from Carencro, 2 sleepers that are coming back for the class of 222 for Carencro High School, and I'll introduce those guys, and we'll be able to check that interview out when we come back. Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Treads and Care Tire Company located in Central. The number to call is 331-8144. Family owned and operated since 1971. That's Treads and Care Tire Company. Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Scouting Report. This segment, I interviewed 2 kids from Carencro High School. Ryan Perry, who's a tight end, long snapper, pretty good tight end, by the way, and long snapper. 6'1", about 200 pounds, runs about a 4.6. Phenomenal blocker. I mean, he's like a college blocker. He can run. He's got great hands. I think he's a great H-back for the next level. Very similar to a smaller version of Jack Besh from St. Thomas More from last year that signed with LSU. And then you have a kid by the name of Quinn O'Brien Collins, who's an offensive guard. He's probably pound for pound one of the best O-linemen in the state. He's only 5'10", 210. And you're going to go, whoa, that's small. But he's really a fullback for 1AA or even D1. Runs about a 4.6. And he's super strong, benches over 330 pounds. Quinn O'Brien Collins is a senior, and again, he's a guy that could be converted to fullback in college and be a heck of a player because he's tough, he's got great feet, and he can run. But probably the best small O-lineman. Check this interview out that I have with Ryan Perry and Quinn O'Brien Collins from Carencro High School.
All right, so I'm sitting here and I'm interviewing Ryan Perry, tight end. Jack of all trades, long snapper.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you want to call that position. And your buddy Quinn O'Brien Collins, man, the guy with the big name.
Oh, yes, sir.
Offensive guard, but really a fullback feet-wise. I want to throw that out there because when they see your size, Quinn's 5'10", 210, and you go, well, that's not a big O-lineman, but you've got quick feet, and you're strong. Tell everybody how quick are you? I mean, you're probably, a 4.7 guy?
Yeah, I think so. Probably maybe even 4.6, I want to say.
Yeah, I was about to say, I run a 4.6 and he's just as fast as me.
Yeah.
So.
That's unique. Yeah. And so, Quinn, you're a senior coming up. Ryan, you're a senior.
Yes, sir.
It's deceptive because recruiters, I want them to hear this program, and they get caught up in height, weight, right?
Yeah.
But I watch film, so I watched you guys play last year, several games, and obviously I don't even know your height, weight. I'm just watching film, and I see it. And Ryan, you deceptively could look 6'1", 2 on film, but you're a little over 6
Yeah,
foot
I get
tall.
that a lot. Yeah.
Long guy, 200 pounds.
Yes, sir.
You could be a fullback / H-back, that new traditional spot, because you can run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a 4'6" guy, good hands, great long snapper. Coach thinks you're a great long snapper.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn, you would be willing to play fullback, right?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Tell everybody about how easy that would be for you, because you already know how to block.
Yeah, I feel like being able to play fullback is going to just basically just disciplining myself to hold the ball in the right hand, really. Because I feel like I know a bunch of other stuff. Like I can translate from O-line to fullback.
Quinn, were you from Carencro, Lafayette?
No, sir, I'm from Lafayette.
You're from Lafayette? Okay. No, but you sound like you're ready to go to like Cornell and stuff, man. You're so you're not shy with the interview, you know. And Ryan, you too. Y'all pretty. Have y'all done interviews before?
Yeah, I did a few.
I didn't like one before.
This is not your first rodeo.
No, it's not my first time.
Okay, Ryan, what's your passion for the next level? I mean,
I would like to.
You like to play?
Yeah, I like to find somewhere that I fit in with like my skill set. Just be able to go in multiple different positions in the same game and do a bunch of different things for the same team.
So both of you would go anywhere to play. It's like doesn't have to be Lafayette, ULL. It doesn't have to be, LSU, McNeese, right?
Doesn't matter to me.
No.
So mama's cooking's good, but you can live away from home. Ryan, what's it like long snapping to one of the top kickers in the state, Gavin Roar?
Oh, it's awesome because me and Gavin go way back. I mean, we're like childhood friends.
Okay.
I remember we used to play on the same K-side team whenever we were in coach pitch and T-ball and stuff like that. So we go way back, and it's just that connection we have. He knows that I'm going to get the ball to him, and I know that he's going to get the ball downfield for us to make a play. So
Coach said the Edna Carr game that you had a great game against a 270-pound Taji Hill who's committed to LSU.
Yeah.
Who's coming back. Y'all might have a chance to go up against each other again.
I'm hoping we meet him.
Now, you're like 200 pounds, and he's 270.
I get that a lot.
And Coach said you pretty much won that day.
I was, except for one play that I remember, he got me good. I'll admit it. He got me one play. But I remember for the rest of the game, I felt like I took care of business for most of the game.
And Quinn in 4A, it's big D lines all day long.
Oh, yeah.
And you're 200 pounds, 205, 210 now.
Yes, sir.
But, I mean, you're blocking like you're 280. Was there a guy that gave you trouble last year in 4A? I mean, you all went up against all kind of good teams last year.
I don't think anybody really gave me trouble. Honestly, like this run blocking, I feel like the most trouble I had at like pass blocking was maybe during the STM game, and it was like one little slip up where I got a little too heavy.
Okay. Because, I mean, you faced Ash, Alexandria High School, West Monroe.
Yeah.
I mean, that was y'all shut them out.
That was a fun
Pretty
game.
Crazy. They don't get shut out at West Monroe.
Yeah.
And then you blocked for Kendrell Williams. What do you think he's going to do at ULL? I think he's going to be great.
Oh yeah, I think he could tear up everything. I feel like he could be the greatest. He got to be.
He's a national recruit, and then your boy's going to Tulane on defense.
I feel like he's going to tear it up over there, too.
He's a great safety. Any of the other guys that signed that we didn't mention, me and Coach earlier, y'all had some other kids that signed this year.
Yeah, we had a bunch of guys, smaller schools, whether it was out of the state or JUCO, whatnot. But, a bunch of guys are going different places.
I'm going to ask both of you this, but Quinn, what do you think of this team? Obviously, it's a new team almost. There are some guys back.
Yeah.
But what do you think of the nucleus? I mean, they're buying in on what they just were part of, huh?
I feel like we're gonna get pretty far this year, if not go all the way, because we have some pretty strong athletes this year, and we may not have all those Kendrells and Ty Mayfields and John Millers, but we got some people who want to play their heart out and get another ring. Definitely.
I got to throw some of you boys out there so they don't get mad. Davion Francis, right? He's going to be good, senior D1 guy. Dante, is it Dorjan or Dorjan? Dorjan. And, you got the young guys, Chance Caesar, Gregory Bush, Javon Miller, Israel Jolivet, I believe. Jolivet. David Jornet.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of Jornets at Acadiana. I wonder if he's had some cousins over there. But great nucleus. So teams fired up, programs popped.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all are ready to get – Coach said y'all are ready to get back.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
sir.
I want to be in pads right now.
It's so boring just being in spring and not spring, in summer.
Yeah. I saw the rings. They're crazy.
Yeah, I want to say they modeled them after Alabama's, not this year, but the year before that.
Yeah.
I mean, the state championship ring looks like a college SEC ring.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was surprised by it.
It's so beautiful.
And they hid it from us. They never showed us until the day we got it.
So when did y'all get the rings?
I think we got it around February or March, I want to say.
The rings.
April 7th.
April 7th.
Hey, what's up? Coach remembers.
Yeah. Look, we had to do it at the stadium. It was a
Right,
big old deal.
right.
This is Israel Jolivet.
Yeah, Israel.
Now I remember. It's engraved now.
It was April 7th.
Guys, good luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
Y'all got me pumped, man. I'm ready for ball. I'm ready for jamborees.
Yes, sir.
I'm ready for the season, and hope we were able to help you get your names out there.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I appreciate
Did
it.
they protect the team?
They did.
I
They did.
knew they would.
Team first, man.
Yeah.
I know y'all got to get back to training, but appreciate it.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you.
I want to go ahead and end the show. I want everybody to go to the Louisiana Football Magazine website, lafootballmagazine.com. Jace and me have worked really hard. Dolores Thompson, Carla Cardo, Carl Thompson, our interns, Jay Parker,
and Connor Shaw.
Yep. Connor Shaw, and really hope you enjoy the magazine. That'll be out. It'll be about 3 weeks, so it's at the printer right now. But you can pre-order your copies, South, North, and the digital version on lafootballmagazine.com. If you're a mom and dad listening or coach, please support us and support the kids that we're promoting, your kids. lafootballmagazine.com, and 25 years we were able to get through a tough COVID year, and it was crazy, and still, starting to get back to normalcy. And I want to thank our sponsors, Treads and Care Tire Company, locally owned. Call 331-8144. Owned by Devin Holly since 1971, the family. And Devin Holly is the owner. He opened up a new location on Hooper Road and Park Place Drive. Great guy. I've been doing business with Devin for many years. Also, Medine's Collision Center, which is on Kincaid Avenue in Baton Rouge. The number to call is 357-7983. 357-7983, 225 area code. Chris Medine and Dominica Medine, great people. And our first sponsor, John Harvey Toyota, they do a great job in Shreveport, Bossier City. For our Shreveport audience, Natchitoches audience, even Ruston, check out John Harvey Toyota. Harvey Subaru or Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City. They've got luxury models, hybrids, certified pre-owned with a warranty. Used in new cars. They're sports fans. They love high school football, college football, and be sure to buy a car from them when you're thinking of buying one. We're going to go ahead, Jace. Appreciate you being on the show today.
No problem.
It was the intro, but the rest is the interview with Carencro's head coach, Tony Courville. Thank you, Tony Courville, for being at the school and being there. And I know he was pressure washing in the interview, he told me. For 9 hours yesterday. The things coaches do, your dad's like that. You just don't coach. You teach.
Oh, there's way more to it.
You paint the stadium. You cut the grass. I mean, you do it all. I mean, to be a high school coach, you got to really want to be in it. You're not going to be a multi-millionaire to be coaching ball. You got to love to, and it's a lot of work. And what we do, what I do with this magazine has been a passion, a love to travel, because it's not for the money. You can make a good living. It's been tough the last 2 years, actually, but we're really happy to be around. We're just fortunate to be doing what we're doing. I wake up every day loving what I do, promoting kids, promoting the schools, and then I watch these games on Saturdays and Fridays and Thursdays. And last year, Jace, they had games on Tuesday nights. It's crazy.
Yeah, they did.
But we're going to go ahead and end the show. Again, go to lafootballmagazine.com, and we'll check you out on Monday.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Brecheen.